Greetings everyone, I am the Teeworldsfreak and this is Weapons of Kyrat. Today we will cover the most used service pistol in the world, the 1911. The 1911 pistol has been in US service between 1926 and 1982. 70 years of service is a long time for a pistol of that age. When the 1911 got replaced with the Beretta M9, over 418,000 1911 pistols were still in service. 1911 pistols were probably used a decade after its replacement was introduced. Even if it was the service pistol of choice for the US at the beginning, these pistols became adopted across the world. China and Greece had one too. Most of these pistols were licensed copies, but not all of them. Most notably the Chinese Norinco copy, which is a cheap but good alternative to your original Colt one. The design is based on Browning's patents. Several pistols were developed by Colt prior to the 1911, which were also patented before the new century. On the 29th of March it was introduced as the service pistol M1911 in the US military. It did serve well in World War I and World War II, but it had its problems. Therefore, the M1911A1 was born. It only had minor changes, but those eliminated many problems of the first version. The 1911 platform was available for officers, machine gunners, motor crews, scouts, truckers of the American military. Even though most 1911 pistols are referred to Colt 1911, Colt was not the only company which produced 1911 pistols during World War II. Ithaca Gun Company, Remington Arms and even Singer Sewing Machine Company were involved as well. Most 1911 pistols were produced by Remington because Colt did not have the facilities to produce large amounts of their gun. The 1911 platform is blowback operated with a moving barrel and rotating bolt. It was designed to be used in single action only. It has an external hammer and fixed iron sights. While firing, the barrel and slide are locked together. This is accomplished with two knobs on the top of the barrel. Now, parts of the expanding gases are pushing the locked slide and barrel back. Both unlock after a bullet has passed the barrel. The barrel will be stopped, but the slide will still travel further back. During the back travel of the slide, the empty case will be pushed out of the barrel. As the slide is reaching its endpoint, the hammer gets recocked. After that, the spring tension is forcing the slide forward. While riding forward, a new cartridge is stripped from the magazine and pushed into the empty chamber. When the slide is all the way forward, the pistol will be relocked and ready to shoot again. If the last round is fired, the magazine follower will push the slide lock up. This causes the slide to stay in the back until the slide lock is pushed again. The palm grip safety, which is located on the back of the frame, prevents the gun from unintentional shooting. A magazine release button is located on the left side of the frame. It cannot be switched to the other side for left-handed shooters. The powerful 45 ACP round is used. This gives the pistol great stopping power compared to its 9mm counterparts. Still, the magazine only contains 7 rounds. It is possible to have 8 shots loaded if one is already in the chamber. Trigger weight is around 2.25 to 3 kilograms, which comes from the single action only trigger mechanism. The 1911 is a big and pretty hefty pistol. It weighs about 1.2 kilograms loaded. There are hundreds of 1911 variants out there. I will just cover the major Colt ones. The 1911. It was the first pistol which started the series and became legend. It has small sights and was rather operator friendly compared to the Luger P08. The straight back makes it easily distinguished from its later version, the A1. It was introduced and adopted in 1911 by the US military. The 1911 A1. This was the improved version, which had a better grip, bigger iron sight cutouts, a thinner trigger, the palm safety reaches further out, and the lower receiver has a much sturdier back than its predecessor. Also, this version is the most seen one in movies, television, games and even animes. The Colt Government is a 1911 A1 marked for civilians. It is better known as the Pre-Series 70. The Colt Mark IV Series 70 is the improved government model. It has a redesigned barrel bushing called Colt, which improved accuracy by a great bit, but this barrel bushing tends to break, because it's thinner than the first version. The Colt Mark IV Series 80. With the new series of pistols, a new safety system was also introduced too. The new pistols now feature a firing pin block safety. A half-cock notch was also added, because safety is important. 3 dot sights brought a cleaner sight picture with them, and the pistols could either be bought with or without a collar bushing. The Colt XSE or Colt Railgun. This version now has cocking serrations added to the 1911. In 2012, the Colt Railgun was adopted by the US Marine Corps for use by SOC units. It was introduced as the M45A1 Close Quarters Battle Pistol. The Colt Commander is a 1911 A1 with a 4.25-inch barrel instead of the 5-inch one. It is chambered in 9x19 Parabellum, 45 ACP or even 38 Super. Originally it had an aluminium frame. The more expensive Colt Commander version had a steel frame instead. Mini versions such as the Colt Model 15, Officers ACP and Defender are also available. The in-game scene variant is a Kimber Warrior. It still has the wrong 8-round magazine capacity from Far Cry 3. An unnecessary accessory rail can be seen in some cutscenes. There are no markings on a slide nor frame, not even a serial number. The slide must be motorized while using it for the gunslinger takedown, because it will automatically lock back if there are no enemies in reach. In-game, it has moderate damage and accuracy. Reloading is quite fast, but the magazine is still quite small. Some minor upgrades are available, such as night sights, extended magazine and paint jobs. The one big drawback is the lack of a suppressor. This is why it is surpassed by the 6P9. It is still a good backup gun if you run out of rifle ammo or if you want to hunt small game. Its signature version, the Shadow 1911, is a much better version of the 1911 in-game. It now features a red dot sight and a suppressor. The damage is also increased a bit, but the Shadow 1911 can only be obtained by either the Blood Ruby pack, which is a pre-order bonus, or with the Season Pass. This sums up our session. In the next episode we will cover a rare Japanese handgun made prior to World War II. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. If so, please leave a like and a comment. Until next Saturday, farewell.